Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Vila coming with another review of Beauty in Black. And this is episode 3, and this one is called The Aftermath. And it says, Kimmy's choice led to dangerous consequences. Tension builds between the Bellorys as a furious Norman hunts for answers about the hit and run. I know their last name was Bellers. I thought it was Mallory's. I was like, I think your name is Mallory's, but they were saying Bellorys. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get into this review. But right before we get into it, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like the video, the more it does go through the algorithm and more people will start to view the commentary. So here we go. It does pick up where it left off, where Kimmy is in Horus's Horus's home. And of course, Horus is he's the CFO. No, excuse me, he's the CEO. He's the owner, operating chief, the executive operating chief of Beauty in Black. And he gives a little more insight. He said him and his brother pretty much runs the company. His brother is Norman. They run the company. Norman was a chemist, and Horus was the brain. So he is the money, and his brother Norman was the powder, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so they got together and they created the perm. But Horus tells Kimmy, like, do you use their product? She said, yeah. He told her to stop using it because it has that lye in there. And that is what's causing people to have cancer. And come to find out, he has prostate cancer. And he says this is his karma for giving all those people cancer. And he also brings up Angel. He said, yeah, he want to see Angel again, but he said Angel was a thief. He took his watch, and his watch has sentimental value. And he tells Kimmy, I need you to get my watch back when before you bring Angel to me. And he also tells Kimmy to dig in his pocket and get all the money that she needs out of his pocket. Because, Kimmy is going to start taking care of him anyway. So he was like, get this money. And, you ain't got to be saying, no, I don't need to know. No, it don't have to be like if or what or why. Just take the money and quit asking all these questions as to what is going on here. Yeah, that was pretty much. Oh, yeah. And Kimmy also says, please don't forget to call my friend and check up on her. He said he gonna do that. He gonna make sure she all right. So, and he also tells Kimmy to take the truck, and that's the gardener's truck. I said, this boy sure know how to be low key, don't he? That's the gardener's truck. Take the gardener's truck and bring it back. And when you bring that truck back, bring my watch too. So that's how that went. All right. So Norman gets the call from the hospital telling that his wife, I think her wife is Edith, whatever. Edith, I'm gonna say Edith. She is in the hospital. That was the woman that got ran over twice, going forward and going backwards, child. She got ran over twice. And Norman is heated. He's just like, who did my wife? I'm going to find out who did my wife. Is she going to live? I don't know. She's in an induced coma. He says that they pay for a wing in that hospital, and he wants the best surgeons, the best to come out and make sure that his wife is going to live. And the nurse lady was like, we're going to do all that we can. All right. So we see Kimmy going down this hallway, beating on this door. Come to find out, he is at Angel's place. Angel does in fact live with his baby mama. Angel baby mama like, don't be waking up my baby. She was like, girl. And then she goes in to see Angel, slaps Angel on the face and says, give me the watch. He was like, no, I deserve that watch. I'm like, you weren't in there but 3 minutes. What did y'all do for you to deserve this man's watch? And Kimmy said, do you know who that was? He was like, there's just some old raggedy poor man. She was like, no, that's Horus, that's the founder and chief of that Black Beauty. So Angel gets up, look him up, and lo and behold, that's who he is. Somebody, this is him. And also Kimmy says he's the one that actually owns the strip club. Like, he is the one. Matter of fact, Jules works for him. And if they find out what's going on, we're going to be in big trouble. And Angel gave the wife to his baby mama. Angel gave the watch to his baby mama. The baby mama said, I'm not giving y'all nothing. Kimmie said, do you want us to die? Because that man come up here and unalive all of us. Is that what you want? So she ends up giving the watch back to Kimmie. And so Angel says, I can't believe you got me in this mess. And then Kimmie said, look, you done got me in this mess. I guess we even. So I guess they done broke even. They both done got each other in some mess. And it is what it is. So Kimmie got the watch and leaves. Then the baby mama mad at Angel, like, I can't, like, look what you did. She done came up in here and woke up my baby, and you got us in this mess. And she pretty much tired of fooling with Angel. So that's what that is. All right, so Norman calls Jules to do some investigating on who went down that road to, hit his wife while she was jogging. He tells her not to jog, but she does it anyway. Jules pretty much Jules know who did it. He just wanted to really confirm. So where was she jogging at? Who was she with? What? He was like, yeah, she was jogging. Normally she jogs up and down the road, but they ended up finding her somewhere in Indiana. Oh yeah, so Jules know that's her. So Norma was like, you need to go and find out who did it. And he said he gonna be on it. Now, you have Mallory and Roy. So Roy act like he can't wake up in the morning and get his day started without drinking. He drinking coffee and whiskey. He's drinking some type of Hennessy. I don't know. It's dark, child. Some he drinking, but it's early in the morning. So Mallory comes in and she's just like, I'm gonna find out who that girl you've been sleeping with. All these girls. He was like, well, what you worried about? Ooh, I'm about to go. And he also said that he wants to get a divorce. He don't want to be with her no more. And he says, yeah, he don't want to be with her no more because she's cruel and she mean. And so he finna go take a shower. So while he in the shower, Mallory gets a phone call from Jules saying, hey, where is Roy? I need to talk to Roy. She was like, why don't you call Roy's phone? No, I'm calling your phone. He ain't answering the phone. We're gonna find out the person that you hit was, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. He said, this is a secure line. I still don't know what you're talking about. But he goes on to say that the person that you hit was Norman's wife. And she was like, so? She gonna go on to the upper room anyway. So, or lower room, depending on, how she is. She gonna be gone anyway. So why we worried about her? Is she alive? We don't know. Is she gonna make it? Shoot, she ain't gonna make it. And he just like, oh, girl, okay, bye. So they get out the phone. So back over, Kimmie gets back to her place and she gets a knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. She opened up the door, child. It is Body and T.S. Madison. I really don't remember what T.S. Madison name is, but I'm just going to call T.S. Madison. Y'all be all right. So it's T.S. Madison. She walk in and Body instantly goes at Kimmie like, see, you gonna, what did he say? So you over here trying to undermine me? You trying to be in charge? Just really coming at her wrong. I told you don't go see her and all this other stuff. I told you don't go put her in no hospital, but you did it anyway and all that other stuff. So then they just take off on her, on Kimmie, punch in the face. Well, they try not to hit in the face, but T.S. Madison slick hit her in the face. Don't hit her in the face. They was dogging that girl out, kicking her, stomping her out, and leaving her there and whatever. So, now they introduce Debbie Allen's character. I forget what her name is too, but that is Horus's wife, Horus's ex-wife. So Horus's ex-wife, she worked down there at the church. She's a minister of some sort. I don't know if that's her church or if she just a part of it. I don't know, but she just down there at that church. And Norman comes in upset and mad, thinking that Horus' ex-wife had something to do with it. And she like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So then he go ahead and say, yeah, Edna got hit on the road and I'm trying to find out who did it. I think it was one of your sons, your terrible sons that did it. She was like, well, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know. And Norman's whole thing is, if I don't find out who did this and if y'all had something to do with it, I'm going to tear this family apart. I'm tearing it apart, period, point blank. So you need to get your sons and you need to round them up and see what's going on. So that was it. All right. So, the ex-wife, she goes to the first son. His name is Charles. Charles is gay. and he's doing, the gay activities. And the ex-wife walks in, Horace's ex-wife walk in, his mom, that's Charles' mom, walks in and was like, "What you in here doing? Nasty and all this stuff. Get your naked tail up and leave." So she breaks up the sex session. And yeah, so he walking around and he doesn't care. He got all types of powders and packages, sketch out all across the table and all this stuff. So um, she was like, "So you gonna do this? Was you on that private road last night?" He was like, "Nah, mom, what you talking about? I wasn't driving. He was driving, whoever he was." So then she goes outside and go take a look at the car. She walks around the cars just to see if she had any evidence of, you know, blood or child hair follicles or whatever she can find to see if he was in fact driving and hit somebody. So she doesn't find anything, and she tells him, "Now we got a board meeting, so you need to be up there at the office." He don't really care. He don't really want to be a part of his family like that. So apparently he got some type of childhood trauma, because the daddy don't like now one of the kids. The only person that they seem to really like is Mallory, and that ain't even one of their kids like that. So that's pretty much what that. All right, so now you have Debbie Allen's character again coming up to the office, and she says she wants to speak with Mallory. So while she's over there talking to Mallory, Roy goes in there to talk to Charles, like, "You see mama up here?" He was like, "I don't care what she in here for," or whatever. So they end up talking about their daddy, and saying that they daddy probably ain't gonna live long anyway, because he evil, and they don't really care about. They want the money from the company, but they don't want to be a part of the family. They don't want to be a part of the company, but they want the benefits of the company, which is typical kids or whatever. And so he ends up bringing up, yeah, she probably a running around. She's the mama. Debbie Allen's character is probably here just to see who got hit on the road last night, and that triggers something in Roy, like, "What? Who got hit on the road?" So he goes to his wife Mallory's office. So while he's in there, um Debbie Allen's character, is it Debbie Allen? It ain't Debbie Allen. Her name is Debbie. What's that lady name? I've been calling this lady Debbie Allen. Let me look, see what this lady name is. Hold on, y'all, because I've been saying this woman name wrong all the time. Let me look it. Debbie, hold on. Debbie, sure. Hold on, y'all. Debbie Morgan. Debbie Morgan. That's her. Is it Debbie? Debbie. I didn't know her last name was Morgan. Yeah, her last name is Morgan. Debbie Morgan. Her name is Olivia. Okay. Olivia. Okay. So Mallory and they're talking to Olivia. And of course the boys walk in, and Royce is like, "Okay, so mama, what are you talking about? Like, what's going on?" She was like, "I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Mallory." And Charles is saying, "So you're not gonna interrogate him like you interrogated me? So you're not gonna ask him questions about what happened on the road? Like, you're not gonna do him like you did me?" And so Mallory is like, "Okay, we can just talk about this later." So Olivia and Charles, they end up leaving, and it leaves now Mallory and Roy. So they're talking, and Mallory brings to his attention that there was Edna, Norman's wife, that got hit. They got hit on that road. And so Roy is like, "Why you didn't tell?" Because yeah, Roy says, "How do you know?" He said, "Jules had came and told me, and that's what your mama was talking about." And he was like, "Why you didn't tell me earlier?" She was like, "I don't have to tell you nothing. You need to tell me who them girls you was sleeping with." And he was like, he said, "I'm gonna find out which girl." No, Mallory said, "I'm gonna find out which girl you was sleeping with or whatever." And he was like, "No, you're not. You're not gonna, pretty much he playing with her." So Roy then says, "I don't believe you got no phone call." And she was like, "Boy, are you stupid or are you dumb?" And then she just said, "Call my wife." And then it says, "Calling wife." And then the phone started ringing. He was like, "What? How you do that? How you do that?" All right. So then he goes into his brother's office and says, how do I make this? How do say call my wife? Say call my wife. He ain't even gotta say call my wife, but it picks it up and then it ends up his phone's ringing. And then the boy is like, are you stupid? Like, are you dumb or are you stupid? Which one? Pick. Because you both of them. And he said, how do I take this off? So Roy is trying to figure out, how do I take this call my wife, this voice control off? And so Charles get the phone and said, turn the AI off. He don't know how to do that. So Charles get the phone, look at it and say, this right here, take this off your phone. So you won't be calling people just by saying, call my wife or whatever. And so Roy said, this girl done set me up. She done set me up, but it's okay. I'm going to get her because she done set me up. Duh, you didn't. Duh. Anyway. So over back at, okay, so this is what happened. After Kimmie got beat up by T.S. Madison and Body, they end up going to well, Kimmie ends up going to the hospital and they weren't gonna see her. They was gonna have her filling out all these pieces of paperwork just to get seen. So she was just sitting there. And did y'all notice there was a woman sitting at the end of the hospital? And I said, I think that woman is stalking Kimmie. Maybe they do got some type of tracker or something on her because how in the world Jules just pop up to know where this girl at? But anyway, we'll get to that. So okay. So I was looking for something, but I couldn't find it. Okay. So Kimmie just takes it upon herself to go find her friend. So she gets up, she walks back to one of them other rooms, and she said, is there a Rain Lattimore here? And they said, yeah, she's in the back or whatever. And they laughing, right? Because, of course they laughing. This girl done got booty injections and she got stuff oozing all across her body. Like, I mean, of course they gonna laugh. That's crazy. So she goes back to the back. She finds out where Rain is, and Rain is asleep. Kimmie wakes her up and was like, hey girl, I'm here. And Rain is actually absolutely happy to see her. And she was like, girl, I'm so embarrassed. Like, they over here laughing at me. And she don't have no real doctors. Like, ain't nobody really coming to see her. She ain't on no good pain medicine. She just, you know what I'm saying? She just pretty much laying there. And she don't think that she's going to make it because she said she got blood clots. And they are big blood clots. And, like, they are in her lungs. And Kimmie is like, no, we going to get you out of here. Like, we going to help you. We going to do all we can. And Rain pretty much just giving up. She really giving up. She's just like, man, I don't know. But anyway, so this is when Kimmie starts to give Rain a breakdown. Like, the dude that I've been seeing, all the dude, you'll know his name. He got a name. His name is Roy. He ended up talking about Roy's daddy, and she met Roy's daddy, and Roy's daddy is this and all of this. And now I'm end up in this. And Rain looking at her like, girl, you in some mess. She was like, I know, but when you get better, I'm gonna really, really tell you about it later. But she just want her girl to be good. So when Kimmie leaves the hospital, guess who's outside? Dun, 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 dun. It is Jules. I'm like, she gotta have somebody tracking her because this is crazy. Anyway, so Jules tell her to get in the car. Jules saying, you don't learn. I told you not to come up here. And then, Kimmie is just like, I'm sorry. Oh, but you're not going to learn. You're not going to learn. And then Jules tells Kimmie to get out the car and stand in front of that ambulance truck. She was like, he told me, since you want to be in pain, because her whole thing was, look, you sent them girls over there to jump me. I needed some help. I'm in pain. I needed to get some help. And I don't know if he believed that she got jumped or if she just going over there to see her friend or whatever, but he didn't care. He told her to stand in front of that ambulance. So this girl got out the car, stands in front of the ambulance, and Jewel was finna get ready to run into her, but he has a newer vehicle. Now, them vehicles now, they don't let you just hit people. Like my car, child, I can't. My car will stop on its own if it feels like I'm getting too close to anybody. I got all these little sensors and everything on here. And so he gets mad because he drives in full speed in front of the hospital. Might I add, people are walking by. He just, and then the car just stops and he gets mad. These old features won't even let me, unalive somebody on my own or whatever. I was like, boy, I guess. So Rain, she real nervous. She just like, oh my God. And Jules drive off and she looking like, ain't nobody gonna help me. Girl, I guess not. You the one got your butt in front of an ambulance truck. But anyway, so now this is the time of the meeting, right? So all of them get together to discuss what's going on because they got this silver suit in regards to these perms and all that stuff. So before it gets out of hand, Mallory tells the other part of the board to leave because they're not family, right? So they sitting there talking, and then you got the son Charles over there looking at child nasty stuff, sending text messages and all that stuff. The daddy reading the text messages like, so this is what you're doing. I'm like, but dang, daddy, you slick gay too. So, and then he gonna blame the mama like, this is why your kids like that. Maybe they saw you do some stuff. I don't know. But anyway, and yeah, they ordered that. You see that chandelier that they got? They ordered that off Amazon. I was finna get that same chandelier, but it was just too big for my room. It looked like they got it from Amazon. Child, I digress. But anyway, so they sitting in there talking, and then Olivia, she starts to talk, but that's going nowhere. Horus tells Olivia to sell her shares. She ain't selling nothing. She said, I'm a part of this family, even though we not married anymore. And then the lawyer guy, he's over there talking about that the lawsuit is up to $1.5 billion. Mallory said that's going to bankrupt us. Of course that's going to bankrupt y'all. Y'all over here unaliving all these people through your chemically induced perm products. Crazy. You owe these people. You need to do something because they don't want to settle because it makes them look guilty. Then once you settle, look at P. Diddy, i.e. P. Diddy, you settle, then everybody come out the woodworks. And it is actually a lawsuit out there right now. Shoot, I clicked on it to see if I can get some because I did use them perms before, but I'm not sick. Thank you, Jesus. I am not sick. God, you are a healer, and you are a protector. So yes, no, but yeah, but it does open the floodgates for other people. So they just trying to find out the best possible way to settle this suit without it being public, just be low key with it, right? So while they over there talking, trying to come up with something, then Norman comes in with a shoe. Because mind you, before this meeting, he was riding around the road, riding down that private road to just try to get some type of clue as to what happened. So that's when he saw the shoe. So he busted in the office with that shoe he done found on the side of that road saying, one of y'all ran over my wife and I'm about to find out who. I was like, well, I hope you find out. Shoot, the person that did it is in that bronze suit. The one that y'all like the most. For some reason, they put a lot of trust into Mallory. And Mallory is a little demon. And they really like her. She is cold-blooded. Yeah, she got them fooled real good. But anyway, y'all, this was episode 3 of Beauty in Black. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And bye.